Less than a minute to go now. It's like a door closing with a great light behind it, a curved door hanging up there in space. The moon has almost completely covered the sun. The last light is beginning to go. Just a tiny, narrow thread of light, that's all. Here's streams around me, people are scared of what's happening. As the landscape around us fades out. Only the very narrowest thread now. Just a few seconds left. It's going, gone. Eye patch is off. There is the corona, the most glorious sight, a great crown of light, the solar corona. There are streamers of light stretching out around it and very bright bursts of flame near the edge itself. It's still quite bright. We can see the landscape around us as though it's probably a bright moonlight night as far as the illumination is concerned, because the light from the corona is so intense. I can't see any other stars except Venus and little Mercury. Of course, the longer one looks, the more detail one sees. You can tell that there are enormous magnetic forces at play there because of the way these streamers follow lines like lines of filing around a magnet. Now, you can just see the sun coming. It's all ended. A burst of light, the diamond ring, so-called, just a single spot of light as the sun shines through one of the lunar valleys. It does look like a diamond ring in the sky. And now it's all over. That wonderful eclipse is what I call a mystery of the first kind. It was a mystery to our ancestors, but not to us. We know exactly how it was caused. Yet, tragically, millions of Indians failed to see it because they were terrified and stayed indoors and so missed the spectacle of a lifetime. We can enjoy an eclipse without fear, yet not without awe. However, this series is mostly about what I call mysteries of the second kind. There we don't have the answers, though we may have many clues. The first example I'm going to give is a literally striking one. It took place on another beach in Scotland a few years ago.
It was in 1966 that a terrifying visitation came to the beach cafe where Mrs. Jean Meldrum and her mother, Mrs. Evelyn Murdoch, were working.
I looked up because I heard this noise getting louder and louder, and there was just like a ball of fire. It was like orange in the middle, and it was luminous white round, and it rolled right along the side of the cafe, when the wall in the cafe, and it came to the window, and it came out the window. And I came up, lifted up the way to have a look to see what this was, and the thing came out the window and battered across the front of my chest. And then it vanished because I picked the kid up and I went inside because everybody was panicking by this time. But I was sore for days after it, and there was nothing else to see after it had gone. But it was just like a big ball of fire. All of a sudden, the whole kitchen that I was standing in just lit up luminous white. I couldn't understand it. It was very frightening. And then the screaming went on till the beach was empty. The cafe people had all run out the cafe. They ran out like lightning. And the beach attendant, who had a wooden leg, he usually sat on the table just next to the counter. And you never saw anybody move so quick in all your life. He was gone with the rest. And the following day, I discovered the 2 gas jets in the top of the cooker were cut right through. And we had to send it to the blacksmith in Creil, the local blacksmith, to be repaired.
This man, Professor Roger Jennison, who's in charge of Kent University's radio telescope, collects such tales. Indeed, he's had such an experience himself on board Eastern Airlines Flight 539, coming into Washington one stormy night.
Well, all of a sudden, just after one of the more intense crashes of lightning, there appeared from the pilot's compartment a most beautiful blue ball, about the size of a football, near enough the size of a football, a lovely thing, which moved at a slow pace, about this sort of speed, down the aisle of the aircraft, a fast walking pace. I could certainly feel no sensation of heat, although it passed at arm's length from my face. I suppose it must have been a few seconds, I can't remember exactly how long thereafter, that the air hostess came clambering up the aisle. She flopped into my lap, she put her arms around my neck, and she said, "Did you see that St. Elmo's fire?" Well, I tried to console her that it wasn't St. Elmo's fire she'd seen. St. Elmo's fire, by the way, are the beautiful corona that you see over the tops of the master ships and things like that. But this indeed was ball lightning. We'd indeed been very, very fortunate to see at very close quarters ball lightning actually travelling down the middle of a screened aircraft.
Ball lightning is still a major scientific mystery. In fact, until quite recently, many scientists refused to admit that it even existed. In the case of other mysteries of the second kind, we often have quite good films and photographs, yet we are still arguing about their interpretation.
Does this film, shot in 1936, show the Loch Ness Monster? Did it surface once more 41 years later to be captured again by the camera? Is this the footprint of the Yeti, the abominable snowman of the Himalayas? And does this shaky film taken in a forest in Northern California really show Bigfoot, another ape man who has so far eluded all his pursuers? This strange light which flew over southern England near Aylesbury remains unidentified, but was it a spacecraft from another planet? This gruesome corpse was trawled up by fishermen in the South Pacific. Is it what it appears to be, an unknown monster of the sea? When the camera seems to capture an African snake twice as long as any ever recorded, or a missing link killed by explorers in South America, or an unknown species of big cat roaming the plains of Africa, can we believe the evidence the film conveys?